And the winner of the 2019 Annual Influencer Awards is Peppa Pig for her hit debut album My First Album.
Oh my gosh, thank you. I owe it to all of my fans, friends, and family for the immense support I've received thus far. But I want to give a big thank you to, yes, that's right, my immune system. It has kept me healthy and living, which is what allows me to create content that is enjoyed by many. I'll now tell you guys why you should stand the immune system. As some of you may know, the immune system is the body's line of defense against disease. It elicits an immune response whenever there are potential dangers for me, like creepy stalkers. But it is actually a very convoluted process that is always in motion. Some of you may have also noticed that with fame comes infamy. I have very loyal fans, but some people are haters too, like pathogens. Pathogens are viruses, bacteria, or other microorganisms that target the body and cause disease. I also have a group of haters called antigens. Those guys are always constantly trying to induce immune system responses, but they are always kept in check by my antibody guards that I've hired, so please don't be worried about me. Antibodies are some of the most essential staff I have on hand. I've hired many specific ones to target known haters that attack me. They tag on to the antigens, which then are excused by other forces of authority. Then my crew of cells know to multiply to remove the potential threat, just like how my fandom multiplies in size to defend me from some of my enemies. Now I'll let you in on an industrial secret. I have white blood cells that are catered towards different jobs, and they always ensure that I am safe by eradicating these haters and antigens. Since they're also a portion of my management team, I'll explain to you what they all do on my behalf as a token of appreciation. They were all raised in the prestigious Bone Marrow neighborhood, so y'all should keep in mind that they're OG oink oink. Most of the staff under the white blood cell category are neutrophils. They heal my damaged tissues and infections. Without them, I could never escape the downfalls during my career. Next up are lymphocytes. They actively fight my haters, but also remember the faces of my adversaries in case the situation arises where they come back. The eosinophils are a select few, having less in their crew, but they do the same job of going around to destroy bad cells and making sure my haters aren't up to no good. But they are also present in inflammatory and allergic responses, which I'll get to in my speech soon enough. Monocytes are the big guys of the white cells. They replenish cells and tissues, but also are what supports innate and adaptive immunities backstage. I'll explain more of their job in further detail later also. Last but not least of my white blood cells department are basophils. They're also involved in allergic responses, and they prevent too much blood from clotting. Even so, I'm extremely lucky as an aspiring artist to have such a great immune system. You know, they don't do all of the work for me. I have to play a part too by making sure I'm keeping my own body healthy for them to be effective. Even so, there are other young vocalists like me who don't have an adequate immune system. But how the immune system works can be split into several categories. There are innate, adaptive, and passive immunities, which all refer to very specific but very cool functions. Innate immunity is what we are born with. This can be the blood, skin, or even hair, oink. But we are all born with our sets of cells that are hired to do their jobs of protecting us. Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's her innate immunity. Adaptive immunity is what remembers certain haters and antis to make sure that they don't pose as a threat in the future. New antibody guards are always hired for certain antigens. As time goes on, the immune system only gets stronger, bolstering its adaptive immunity. Passive immunity is a temporary boosting of the defense for the immune system. This can be arranged through substances like breast milk or cough medicines. Many new medicines are always in the works for aiding passive immunity. As the industry grows, I hire many temporary workers to help my immune system. Some artists are very poorly mismanaged and are unfortunate to have what you may call immunodeficiency. This is when their hired crew are lazy or refuse to work, which can be very dangerous for the career of a singer. This is usually acquired from neglect of nutrition, which can be caused by improper self-management, or other diseases like AIDS, which is a scary disease that completely shuts down the immune system. Basically, AIDS is what you get when you sign a very restricting contract. Some corporate schemes out there only intend to hurt artists like me, which is very shameful. There are also autoimmune diseases. This is basically when your entire cast of employees in the immune system begin rioting and hurt each other, such as the lupus incidents or arthritis scandals. Some people are born with autoimmune diseases. Oof. And then there is the hypersensitivity of the immune system. This is when your immune system employees don't know the difference between fans and haters, and they go crazy. This causes harmful effects like anaphylaxis, or allergic reactions. Sometimes your seemingly normal employees just can't simply do their job due to how hard it is. But luckily for me, I'm completely healthy, and only planning to stay that way for the sake of all of my fans. Do not fear, because many modern medical interventions have been created for the sole purpose of helping the immune system. When I moonlighted as a biomedical researcher, I had realized that the immune system is very imperative to medical interventions. This is because many of our modern medicines are centered around aiding our immune system or prohibiting it from causing unnecessary harm. Medicines like cold and fever suppressants are a form of artificial passive immunity, which help with recovering from minor illnesses. On a grander scale, autoimmunity diseases can also be effectively managed by medical interventions. Some examples would include treating diabetes with insulin intake so the body does not have to produce it itself, treating AIDS with intensive therapy or other drugs, or treating lupus with anti-inflammatory so the body does not naturally flare up. For hypersensitivity, a very commonly known example of it would be allergic reactions, or scientifically named anaphylaxis. Anaphylactic shock can be temporarily postponed with an EpiPen before further medical assistance is provided. But it's totally fun to be woke about this for many reasons. Understanding the immune system is a significant aspect of medical interventions due to how it affects all living beings. Since it is the body's defense mechanism against infection, comprehending the process also aids in understanding how infection can be prevented or cured. I have just explained to all of you guys about how it functions and such. I hope you use the information provided to make 2020 a greater year. I'll be releasing new music that will end Beyoncé. Peace my loves, and thank you again for your consideration. XOXO.